What's going on, dudes and dudettes? So yes, of course, the first Duke player to officially say he's going to the NBA. That domino has dropped. It is the center, Mark Williams. Obviously, he had a great sophomore year. He even had a great end to his freshman year, but decided to come back, got even better. And of course, I definitely know he's going to be a first-round pick, should be a top 15 lottery pick. But if he's not, then he's going to an even better situation, because the later picks in the first round are usually playoff teams anyway. So good luck to him. He is the first domino. Still waiting on Paolo Banchero, Trevor Keels, Jeremy Roach, guys like that. So hopefully not all of them will leave. A couple of those guys will come back, but yes, good luck to him. And Duke also made a little bit of news, officially signing a couple of incoming freshmen. As I mentioned before, that I thought I forgot to mention Mark Mitchell a couple months back. And of course, he did officially sign the other day, which is nice. So he will be coming in the fall. Also coming in the fall is a 3-star center that they signed from Oak Hill Academy, who, even though he's a 3-star, he's still considered a pretty talented dude and played with, I think, Derek Whitehead. So luckily they're going to be teammates again. Obviously, if he's a 3-star, he's not going to leave after 1 year unless he's just amazing. So hopefully that is the case. But yes, Christian Reeves as well officially signed along with Mark Mitchell for Duke. So definitely happy about that combo officially coming to Durham. Then USC football, Lincoln Riley, the head coach, put on Twitter like the peace sign, what most people know, but if you're a USC fan, it's the fight on sign, and that's all he tweeted a day or two ago. So you kind of knew that within the next week or so, a couple days, that whether it's a guy coming in this fall, the next fall, 2 falls from now, from high school, is going to commit to USC. And luckily that news came out right before this video, and it's going to be a running back from Texas, a 4-star guy named Quinten Joyner. Apparently he's like a 100-meter guy, so he's a very fast dude already. But they said they put up his stats. He had like over 2,500 yards, which is impossible to do. I think very few players have gone over 2,000 yards in 1 year in the NFL. But yeah, he did it in Texas in Division I out there in high school, which is pretty tough. Had a lot of touchdowns as well. So hopefully this commit does stick, because it's not for this fall, the following fall, 2023. So hopefully it does, because he looks like he's going to be a pretty promising prospect out there. Then Evan Mobley of USC, who's also a rookie with the Cleveland Cavaliers, was named a 3-person finalist for the Rookie of the Year. As I kept telling you, I definitely think he's going to not only be a finalist, but win it. So hopefully he will. A couple of the guys that he's with, Scotty Barnes and Kate Cunningham, they did pretty well for their rookie years, but they did miss quite a bit of time. He did miss some time too, but he came back, almost got into the playoffs. Scotty Barnes is in the playoffs, but it's not because of him. So I don't know. Hoping it's Evan Mobley will help out USC's recruiting along the way in the future, but we will see. Then Joey Baker of Duke recently had hip surgery. I was wondering, because he was on crutches at their senior banquet last week, but I guess it was pretty successful hip surgery. And he did officially say that he is coming back, because he was granted one of those weird extra COVID years. So I guess it didn't count yet towards his, junior, senior year, whatever it was at the time. So he is coming back. I just hope that it is more of a role, whether it's off the bench or even starting as a guy to get up a couple threes here and there, because that's his main thing that he does great, is shoot threes. And yet for some reason under Coach K, he never really used him like that. He always kept him out, I guess because he's bad on defense maybe. But there's a lot of guys who make a career in the NBA who are really good at shooting threes, and they're still bad at defense, but they come in 10 to 15 minutes a game and do their job. So maybe John Shire knows what to do to unlock him. Hopefully he does fully recover from this hip surgery soon, and we'll see him doing some late summer workouts going into the fall. Then also a bit of Duke news. Michael Savarino, who is Coach K's grandson, who had signed with the team last year, apparently is entering the transfer portal. I guess I remember him saying his main dream was to play for his godfather or grandfather, I mean. So he did get to do that for his final year, and I guess since that's done, he is going to see where he can go and transfer to get more playing time. I don't see him being that much of a loss. It does free up a scholarship for next season and the following seasons after, so that's pretty nice for them, for Duke. And speaking of Duke in the NBA, yes, Jason Tatum of the Celtics went off in their first game against, I'm trying to remember who it is. Yeah, I forget who they're playing. Oh yeah, it's Brooklyn, because they're playing against Kyrie, the other Duke guy. But that game came down to the wire, and he made a weird ass game-winning layup. I never really seen a layup like that for the win, but yes, it was pretty nice to see him do that. Obviously for the Brotherhood of Duke, and yeah, I don't know, that series is weird. They're spacing it out so much. Usually it's like every 2 days, but for some reason that one's like every 3 days, then they play. So I don't know, we'll see how that goes. Either way, some Duke Blue Devils are going on to the next round, because even Seth Curry is on Brooklyn as well. So should be a very fun and interesting matchup. And then, as I mentioned before, USC has been projected to be like in the Rose Bowl, stuff like that. Another projection has them going 10-2 with an overall record this fall, which is pretty nice. But they do lose to Utah, who is a Pac-12 South team, and Notre Dame, which is a rival, which sucks, which doesn't really matter for their Pac-12, so they would be like 8-1 in the Pac-12. That usually could get you into the Pac-12 championship and be able to win that to represent in the Rose Bowl, but I don't know what Utah's record was in that scenario. Most likely USC would have the better record at 10-2 and would go to the Pac-12 championship, hopefully. But overall, if that is what ends up happening, I'd be pretty happy no matter what. Then also Scott Brooks, ex-Oklahoma City and Washington Wizards head coach, has been supposedly linked to the head coaching job of the Lakers. I know he was before they went to go get Frank Vogel. I don't remember if they interviewed him or not, but I don't think this is going to be a good thing if somehow management thinks getting an ex-coach of Russell Westbrook is going to be able to unlock him and make him an all of a sudden all-star, better player. I don't think that's the case, because you already know LeBron's going to do whatever he wants on the court and everything has to go through him. So overall, if that's the case, I don't think that maybe LeBron is not on the team next year. You never know. So a lot of crazy drama going for the Lakers, so we just have to wait and see, as I always say. And on some miscellaneous news, yes, the other day, this whole week, I guess, was when Blink-182 and Green Day 20 years ago went on a tour, which was considered like the biggest punk or alternative pop punk tour at the time, because they were both at their highest at that moment in the early 2000s. They both went out. It's pretty crazy. They were alternating who closed the show, which is pretty cool. And I think also heard too from the Simple Plan singer, he did an interview saying that they were on that tour as well, which is pretty amazing to think that in the early 2000s it was some of three of my like top favorite bands, top 10 at least overall, all together at once. And of course I was just still too young to go, so too bad I missed it. Maybe we'll get something similar later this year, you never know. But yes, thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe, comment down below, let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, fight on.